Wonderful um, Friday in general. I hope that you have a good weekend coming up. Hello, Carly. Hello, Style Me, Style You. Good morning. Good morning. Oh gosh, my my Instagram is still showing me stuff. It never ends. Hello, Emma and Nietzsche. Welcome in. I was gonna run this auction to put out the bat signal. All right, bat signal's going out. If you want a sticker, you could always bid to get a sticker. But if you buy from me, you automatically get a sticker. So there's the secret. I actually have two stickers now. So if you're a return customer, you'll get the new sticker. And if you're a new customer to me, you will get this sticker. Good morning, the Brass Kettle and R. Fenner. Good morning. Good morning. So today we are not doing any co-hosting. Melody's on a break. So this is going to be just kind of an open Q&A. Oh, I'm really shiny this morning. Holy cow. This is going to be an open Q&A to ask any questions that you want to. Tomorrow, Saturday morning, I'm going to do a special show where I'm going to be focusing on the summer slump and talking about the realities of the summer slump and how to move through the summer slump, because it's a slump. It's not a permanent thing, but it happens every single year. And so I've pulled up my old I've have I've done this show before. It's every summer I do this show, because it starts to become a topic on my messages. I see it on Facebook, people on the Instagram chat. I see everyone saying, oh, sales are so slow. Oh my God, whatnot's horrible. I can't get any sales, yada, yada, yada. I get it. It sucks. I feel it. I feel it because that's happening to me too. But it's the summer slump. It happens every single year. So I will have a whole show all about that. Baseball, baseballcardstore.ca. How are you? Isolated Pip and Tiz McGee. Sales go up in fall. Sales go back up in fall. So basically, you can start planning, and I'll talk about it. But plan your back to school. Start planning and schedule shows so that you get those bookmarks. Schedule shows for like back to school type things, even if it's like just a children's theme or a nostalgia theme. If you're doing vintage, think like, what are the things that remind you of back to school that you could do sort of a curated show about that. um, and then also, if you're in other categories, you could act like in clothing. You could think about back to school clothing or back to work post vacation. Um, so you could do kids clothing or you could do adult clothing. Um, you could think about students and focusing on what they need. So you could even do shows that are about like um, new college and university students and what if you sell vintage decor in that, think about home decor stuff that they could have in their dorm room that would help them, or kitchen stuff. I mean, a lot of us don't sell the like simple kitchen things, right? Because we think, oh, you'll go to the thrift store. But you can sell like pots and pans and flatware and all those things that they're going to need in order to have their new place in their university town. I remember when there was no whatnot, obviously there was no interwebs when I went to university, and like mom and I thrifted every single weekend trying to find all the things that I was going to need that I liked for my new apartment that I had in Waterloo because I went to Laurier. So yeah, think about that. Think about like anyways, I will talk about it on Saturday, but if you have questions, feel free to ask them today. I'm happy to answer them, but it is a normal part of of like retail all over the place. I was thinking about it while I was putting on my mascara because I think while I'm doing other things, I can't stop thinking. Um, that like if you think about it, Canadian Tire originally wasn't about all the things that it is now, but they slowly started adding things because of different slumps in their sales that they needed to make up for. So they started doing other things. And now, if you think about Canadian Tire, like they got a huge garden center. Why? Because in the summer, that's like kicking. that's what people are looking for and wanting. So sometimes you have to just rethink, look at your inventory in the gaze of like, yeah, they have jeans in there, like, because didn't they do it like they have they bought out Marks, right? So they have like a collaboration with Marks. They have pet supplies now. They've got like a crazy amount of stuff. My cousin was a was a retailer for them and um actually introduced like the toy line. There used to not be toys at Canadian Tire, and a long time ago, he was the one who introduced the toy line because he had come from they had taken him from Eaton's, so he went from Eaton's before Eaton's closed to them and started their toy line, and then when was their appliances, all their small appliances, that whole kitchenware. Um, yeah, Canadian Tire is our Walmart, and it's better in my opinion. Walmart's okay, although Canadian Tire doesn't have a pharmacy yet, doesn't have a pharmacy section yet. Just wait. It'll happen one day. So good morning, everyone. Welcome in. I said groovy, Jules, vintage and new finds. Calwin, how are you? Good to see you. Papa 66 Enigma 2. I probably didn't say that the way you want me to. I'm sorry. Living the Dream 2025, who, by the way, Living the Dream is kicking off the raid train today that starts at noon, and I'm on at 1. I'm very excited for that. So definitely check out the True North Strong Raid Train put on by the wonderful Vintiquity. Um, Isolated Pip, hello. Erica, Montreal. Glam Grammy, New York City, welcome in. Did I miss anybody? Tiz McGee, I think I said hi to you, but selected by Sophie, hello. Who else? The Brass Kettle, hello. Grandma 2. Oh, I see it now. Papa 66 and Grandma 2. Awesome. Hello, welcome in. Okay, so um when I managed a retail store, our summer quotas were often 10,000 to 30,000 less than earlier months. It's just the norm. Yeah, it is the norm. So don't feel like it's you or it's the app. It's just the normal part. People are out doing other things, and so they come back onto Whatnot if they get a pull. So sometimes there's all kinds of things that you can do to pull people back over to Whatnot on your social media. You can don't send everyone, don't spam, but you can send some of your top buyers. You can send them a message to say, I'm having a show next week that I think you're going to really love. Hope you can be there. I'm going to be selling something, insert thing that you love. Get to know your customers so that you can do personalized messages to your top customers. If you don't see them coming into your shows, send them a DM and invite them to your next show, but tell them why they should come, because they're going to get a notification that you sent them a message. But if they read that message and you just share the show, that's not enough to bring people in. You need to give them a personal message to tell them why they should come. And it should feel personal. Even if it is cut and paste, it should feel personal. Like if I was going to send a message, I don't send messages out. I probably should, but I don't. If I was to send a message out, for example, the Brass Kettle, I would send a message that says like, I've got these items that I think you're going to love. And I would take a picture of the items that I think the Brass Kettle is going to love and say they're going to be in my next show. Or Carly. I would like, I know what Carly likes. So I would send Carly things, right? I would say, here's a picture of like 3 things that I saw when I was cataloging that I thought of you immediately and you might love. And then you can also, if you do more pre-listing and more curated shows, you are able to build pre-bids so that people, now I do a lot of unboxing, so I don't get a lot of pre-bids because of that. But or any pre-bids for the most part. When I do curated shows, I get pre-bids, but um but that's just the nature of my inventory. I need to move it that way by unboxing because I just don't have the space right now. But if you do pre-bids and you send out personalized messages to your buyers that you know are going to probably love that item, then even if they can't make it to the show, they can leave a pre-bid. So you're giving them an opportunity to not miss out on something that they would actually love. So when you get to know your customers, um, even if you just start writing down, it could be literally on a piece of paper where you start writing down like, so and so Jill likes this, Susie likes this, so that you can send them personalized messages. Does it take time? Yes, but is it going to bear fruit? Most of the time, I would say yes. Um, so as the brass kettle says, share what's in it for them. Absolutely. If you're going to send out messages, don't just blast and spam. Make sure that they are personalized messages that, and also note that if the person isn't, if you're not friends on whatnot, if they're not following you back, if they don't follow you, um, then your message is going to go into another spot that's message requests basically. And so you have to, a lot of people miss that because it's just a little dot up in the corner, and a lot of people miss that. Let me see if I can show you on my phone. No, I can't because my phone's broken, so it's not going to show. But it's right up in this little corner right here. There would be a little red dot by the menu item, but I can't show you it because it's not, my phone is broke, is cracked right there. Anyways, so welcome in Corrine and David and Shay, Tay, Bella, and Striker. If you have questions, feel free to ask them. This is kind of like an open questions day today. I forgot to do my show notes, so let's just do the show notes. Post. There we go. And I should probably pin this as well. Oopsie daisies. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, mother of pearl. Product actions. There it is. Pin. So I still have my free resources for whatnot sellers, including a sticker that you can use if you sell in the vintage category or jewelry category. You may not be aware that it's summertime, when boxes get left on someone's porch for a long time in the hot sun, the items inside will heat up. And if your customer takes them inside and opens up that box too quickly, um, and the cold air from the air conditioned house gets onto that item, they lift it up, and it can actually damage the item. The sudden differences in temperature is called thermal shock. So I have a thermal shock label that I put on my packages that I send out. If you're a customer, you've already seen them. But they're available to download in my free resources for whatnot sellers. And what I will be doing when I get a chance and I remember is I will be uploading a version that puts two of them on a 4x6 label, because that's what I've been doing. They're designed for to be one on a 4x6 label, but I created two on a 4x6 label because that's a little bit more economical for me. So it only cost me like 1 cent to put that label on instead of 2 cents with a full label. So does anyone have any shows that they want to share? Tell us about what's going on. Um, Other than, we have the True North Strong Raid Train today, which has an amazing group of folks are going to be on it today. So if you do want to search for True North Strong Raid Train, it's going to be starting with Living the Dream 2025 at noon. And then I'm on at 1 p.m. That's all Eastern time, sorry. And then 2 p.m. is Rogue Aquamarine. So I'm going to be raiding into Rogue Aquamarine. I'm going to be doing more unboxing of the boxes that we didn't get to yesterday. And I apologize that yesterday I wasn't able to do my jewelry show. We had a storm come through and it messed up our interwebs, and I just didn't have a strong enough signal to be able to do a proper show. Nobody wants to see, or very few people would want to see jewelry that's all pixely. So who's got shows coming up? The Brass Kettle, do you have any shows that are coming up? Or I know Living the Dream has a show coming up. I said Groovy, do you have any shows coming up? Sophie, how about you, Carly? Style Me, Style You, hello. Chris, welcome in. Living the Dream 2025 is doing a Christmas in July on the 18th. Brilliant. And then a Junk Jar Train on the 19th. Awesome. I love all these new trains that are coming in Canada. Keep it coming, folks. I love it. It's awesome. So please come and check out all of the shows that Living the Dream 2025 has and bookmark those shows. Bookmarks are gold. So if you're going to help out a seller, bookmark their show. Style Me, Style You has a show tonight at 6:06 p.m. $5 starts. Awesome. What are you selling? Tell us more about what you're selling. Kin Lady Rescue, hello. Vintage by Carly has a show later today and tonight to clear out and restock next week. Christmas and Halloween show on the 22nd as well. So check out Vintage by Carly. I Said Groovy has an unboxing show on Sunday this week. Miniatures and Junk Drawer on Monday. I love it. I love all these theme shows. They are awesome. That is great. Shambra, welcome in. So feel free to share your shows, ask your questions. Um, Selected by Sophie says, I've set up my sweater weather show at the end of August and holiday outfits for November. I love that. You could even do holiday outfits early. Also, like think about Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving. Like think about a Friendsgiving. Maybe we need to have like a Thanksgiving raid train that somebody does that would be all things for Thanksgiving tables, because Thanksgiving is like one of our exciting holidays in Canada, and it happens in October. Oh, by the way, it's an American thing. I know Black Friday, but Whatnot always does a zero commission. Has always in the past, I should say, done a zero commission 24 hours for Black Friday. They're probably going to do it again because it's been successful for them. So do plan a Black Friday show. And if you would like to do a Black Friday show as part of a train, if you go to raidtrain.app, raidtrain.app, and search into end of November, you will find the Shop Small Friday, Black Friday raid train that I am conducting. It's you can pick up to 90 minutes. You can go from 30 minutes, 60 minutes, or 90 minutes. Um, and you can spread out your slots. It's for all over the world. It's for all sellers all over the world. Sell Me, Style You show. Let me just scroll back. Tonight at 6:06 p.m. $5 starts for clothing and shoes all seasons. I love it. Um, Living the Dream 2025 says trying to come up with a white elephant show for the coworker gift parties. Brilliant. I love that idea. Jet Comics, welcome in. Feel free to share what you sell and when you have your shows. Melody, welcome in. Hello, honey. Feel free to share your shows as well, my love. Everyone follow Melody Con, amazing seller. I love her. Um, yeah, so who else has shows coming up? Let me know. I want to hear about all your shows. And if you have questions, feel free to ask your questions. Um, I did get a chance. Some people were asking about the Whatnot conference call that was for the community house this week. A lot of it was talking about the beta that we're on. Um, I can't share too many details about that, but it should help to speed up listings so that you can do more quality listings. Even if you do random polls, you'll be able to do some more quality listings, especially in the fashion category. I think you're gonna love the templates um, because you'll be able to select the size. So if you're running random polls, but you want to make sure that it says XL, so you don't have to keep saying it on while you're running it, and it's also very clear on the tag down below before people bid. Things like that. There's going to be templates that are going to make it easier for those of us. 90% of Whatnot sells right now. They would like that to change, but in the meantime, 90% of what people buy on Whatnot are from random polls. So those, as seen on screen listings, but they make it hard for people to search for that to know what it is that is actually in your show. So they're trying to help us with templates that will give us the ability to still be random, but at the same time provide more information and context. So, say you're going to be doing a activewear show, and you know the brands that you're going to be selling in that activewear show, then you can edit the template and say, okay, it's like Lululemon and I don't know, Artesia, I don't know the names, but you could, Bob's activewear, Nike, whatever. You can list them, and that way when someone is searching for, say, Lululemon, they will see your show because the item is there as a template. So it's going to make a difference. It's hard for me to explain without showing to you, but it's going to make a real difference. I cannot add anyone into a chat group after I've created the group. I contacted Whatnot, and their response was the feature wasn't available. Oh, that's weird. Are you on Android or iPhone? Because let me see. We go to messages. Android. Okay, yeah. Android doesn't have as many features as iPhone does. That sucks. You can go. Have you tried on a computer? So if I type in living the dream, there we go. Living the dream, start message, test. No, I want to do a compose message, living the dream, and a melody. I'm using you. Okay, now I've got a group message. Then I can go, I think, can I? Okay, test. Right, so then on the computer, let me see if I can show you. We're gonna take a little trip. We're gonna take a little trip. Switch. Okay, so I've done this test with Melody. See in the corner right here, there's this little button, and then you can add right there. So then I could add someone else, like Dave from Alberta. We'll add Dave from Alberta. Sorry, Dave, you're being added. So then, and then you can also change the group name to test. Can't spell test. TEST. Leave this chat. I can't even spell chat. Oh well, you understand what I'm doing. So you can do it on the computer. You could stay on and we could just have a chat about random things, Dave, if you want. But so do it on the computer instead. If you're on Android, yeah, it is challenging. Like, let me see. Let's see. See group members. Yeah, it just lets you see the group members. It doesn't let you add the group members. So go to, if you only have an Android device, go onto your computer, sign in there, and then you'll be able to do it. I said Groovy says, does this help to be the listing available if someone search for activewear in Google or just within the Whatnot app? So Whatnot is working on more Google listings. So I have noticed that sometimes when I search for specific things, that listings currently are sometimes coming up for Google searches. Whatnot hasn't invested enough money into that because they don't have enough quality listings to make it worthwhile yet. That's the reality. And also because Google tends to pull they don't tend to pull eBay first. They tend to pull like Amazon, and if you're looking for something Canadian Tire, they tend to pull retailers first and not like auction. But yeah, the plan is to make it so that Whatnot listings are more SEO friendly, so that it is worth Whatnot's time and money to do Google ads at some point. But I have seen it come up. Big Sky Country Finds. Hello, Sandra. How are you? Love you. Lido, welcome in. I said Groovy says that's probably why they want us to make more quality listings. Yes. Also, because quality listings, this is a do as I say, not as I do thing. Quality listings equal higher sold price. So Whatnot knows that a quality listing equals more sales at a higher price. So it is worth it to do a quality listing from their point of view, because obviously the higher the sale price for each item, the more money they're going to make, right? Think about this. Last year, they did $6 billion in gross merchandise value, GMV, which means that there was $6 billion in sales and whatnot. But 6 billion, that's 6,000, that's 60, that's 600, that's 60, that's 60, that's 6 billion minus 92% equals, so that was 400, so $480 million for that 8%. Um, but so that's only, that sounds like a lot to us. $480 million sounds like a lot, but that doesn't currently does not cover all their costs of their staff, the customer service. Everyone complains about the customer service. Well, that costs money, y'all. Um, the infrastructure, the like literally the like servers and everything, um, all of that is costing more than that 8% right now. So um yeah, so they're on their way to profitability, but they need to build the app in such a way that we all are making more money. When they want us to succeed and make more money, because when we make more money, they make more money. And also, I must say, I appreciate Whatnot. Thank you so much for doing an entire week of zero commission for Canadian sellers. I didn't do as many shows as I should have during that time to like really take advantage of it, but I super appreciate you offering an entire week for Canadian sellers at zero commission. Like that's insane in the membrane. They're also offering new promotions for new sellers. Um, that yeah, especially during the slump, it makes such a difference. They're also offering for new sellers, they're offering matching programs, they're offering zero commission for some categories, they're offering all kinds of things to increase the number of sellers on Whatnot. Because the reality is, you may think as a seller, I don't want more competition, but it's not competition, because when they get their people to come join Whatnot, um, even if that seller doesn't stick around and see it through, right? They don't wait until the magic happens. They give up. They bring their buyers over. They bring buyers over. Even if it's just Susie down the street decided she wanted to sell some of the stuff that she had from her grandma's estate, and she sold a few things and then she gave up, but she had brought over all her relatives and her friends, and a couple of her neighbors also joined, and she told a lady at her bowling league and that lady joined. Those people stick around with Whatnot. They don't go, oh, Susie's no longer selling on this app, I'm going to delete it. They stay on the app because they get hooked like the rest of us got hooked, right? Dave from Alberta says there were good buys to be had too with the lower commission. Unfortunately, I was too busy. You were, but that's okay. There's other opportunities, and remember that was only like an 8% savings. So on $100, that was $8 that we were saving. So if you think about it, if you're running like $5 items, the 8% is a small amount. It does add up though. It certainly does add up. So it felt a lot like it felt good, even though I didn't make a lot of money during that week because I had other things going on. But yeah, I really appreciate it. I appreciate how they're trying to help build the Canadian market, but we too can do our share to help build the Canadian market, because it will help us in the long run. If we can get more people on Whatnot, either buyers or sellers. And I think it's still the case. Let me just look. Hang on. Go to my account, go to referrals. And so if you use right now, if you give out your referral code for buyers, so put that on your social media, your buyer, your friend down the street, your aunt, your uncle, the guy you met while you were standing in line at the thrift store, um, that person is going to get $25 credit to shop in your shows, and you get $5 credit. Um, plus, and if you are a seller who does markets during the summer, I want you to hear this loud and clear. I want you to print off your seller referral code. Make a little design. If you want to, I will make one for you. Send me your information. I created banners for a few of us. So I have a banner that can go in a booth. So I can send you those graphics that you can then, like, I can create a Canva template for you to use. Um, Dave from Alberta says, "Hey, baby, want my referral code? Next time at the casino, we'll see how that goes." Yes! Who knows? The people at the casino are the type who like to win, right? So what's better than coming on to Whatnot and winning stuff? You certainly at least get something at the end other than ding, ding, ding bells and some lights and stuff on those machines. Um, so if you start using your seller referral code, especially if you're doing markets, hand out your seller referral code to every person at that market and say, "I also sell on Whatnot. And oh my God, it is so easy. You're going to love it. You just have to learn it. I'll help you learn it." Um, you share that invite link as like a QR code. You're going to you earn $500 cash that you can cash out to your bank account for every seller that you bring on board after your seller has reached just $100 in total sales, selling to at least five different buyers. Your the seller that you refer, also gets to earn a bonus of up to $150 during their first week. So if you say, "Look, I've been selling on Whatnot. I've enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. I think you would love it too. Here's my link. Um, Sign up and I will help you. I will help you." Because you're going to get $500 if they're successful. So it is worth your time to offer them 2 or 3 hours of like video chatting with them. You don't have to sit in one to one with them. You can video chat with them and teach them a little bit about Whatnot, and you're gonna have $500. If you're at a market that has like 25 vendors and five of those vendors sign up, that's $2,500 if they sign up and they sell $100. Does the referral code only work for people who haven't registered on Whatnot? Yes, it only works. So the seller referral code is a different thing. If they haven't applied to be a seller in the past, then your seller referral code will give you that $500 opportunity. If someone has already signed up for Whatnot in the past and you're trying to get them to come back on board, then your referral code is not going to get you any credit because they've already signed up. So it's new people. But you could offer a coupon to those folks who have already signed up before and say, "Here's a $5 coupon you can use when you come into my shows. I want you to come visit me, come into my shows. Here's my referral code, but here's also a $5 coupon," so that you kind of like push them even more to come to your shows and buy from you. Especially if you're at a market or like a Comic-Con type thing, you might as well advertise that you sell on Whatnot and encourage people to come and visit you on Whatnot. Comms Collection says, "My link is on my social media, but I haven't gotten a single referral click through it yet." I can tell you that I've had more success from one-on-one interactions than I have with social media links. That's why it's really important to have a little card or something. If you can create a business card or just a piece of paper that people can scan a QR code when you're talking to them in person. Um, because then they're like, as soon as they scan the QR code, it takes them right to Whatnot, to that link, and then they just can download it right there and then, right? But it does have to be your. I actually ran an ad in a antiques and collectibles thrift store type newspaper that's all over Ontario. If you've ever been to a auction, an auction, if you've ever been to an antique mall in Ontario, you've gotten this newspaper. You've seen this newspaper. I put an ad in there. Granted, it was closer to the back than the front, so it kind of got buried. But I had my referral link on there to become a buyer. I got five people. Not a single one of them actually like went through with it. But I've had like five people that I talked to in person who downloaded right away. Um, And I got my, I got my $5 out of that. I think it was $10 at the time, but now it's gone down to $5. Because they're giving more money to the buyer now, which I think is better. In my opinion, I think that's better. Because if they come into your shows and they spend that $25 in your shows, bonus, right? Like, they don't have to pay for it. You don't have to pay for it. So let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find in, because I've got Canva open already. So I'm gonna put in, oh, banner. Let's see if it's under banner. I'm gonna sneeze. Hang on. Excuse me. No, it's not there. What did I call it? Live. Let's see if the word live is in there. There it is. Business card, real estate, show more. All right. This, as soon as it pops up, this is the banner I created that also I shrunk. So I can send, if you want, I can send this to you. This is a 24-inch by 36-inch banner that I created for each of us that were an event. So that's basically, that's the template, and then you add your QR code, and um so there's that one. Shop with me live on Whatnot. That's Thrifting with ADHD. There's Shop with Tasha. There's Absolute Flipping Deals. There's Oh Yeah, Timeless Treasures. There's I Will Always Love Vintage. And then I also created this one as a banner. And then that's for selling. That's the selling one. And it's got my link. So then I also changed it to be a which is really easy on Canva. You just resize, and you can resize it to business card size. And I also resized it to 8.5 by 11, so I can have this just sitting on a table. And I made it so it says where the market never ends, everything you want 24/7. I created this one as well. And hopefully Whatnot's okay with that, because I advertise and Whatnot. So what I did was I used Whatnot had a template to use for your social media, and I took that template and then used that to create these. So and this is basically um, using a template that they used for a card show, but I created my QR code so that when I'm at things, I can when I'm at events, then I can put that up and encourage people to become sellers. And I can just say, do that. Now, the other thing, and I don't have my wallet with me, but the other thing is, when you go to a checkout counter and they have that like tap here to like leave a Google review thing, that is a near field NFC, near field communication, I think it's called. It's an NFC tag. And so I bought a bunch of them. You can get them as like stickers, or you can get them as little plastic circles with the tag inside. And then there are like free apps that you can download that you can program to put whatever link you want in there, or whatever you want it to be that creates. So in my case, I wanted it to go to my seller referral code. So I have a near field, like, they're really cheap to buy. They're super cheap to buy. And then you can just say, here, tap on this, tap on my keychain. And Magnus My Marika, I suggested to her that she create some keychains with these, because I think that people would buy them. In the States, there's a couple of sellers who are selling. I think Zoe's Treasures is one of the ones that's creating these keychains with the tapping, and it's got a QR code just in case the tap doesn't work or the phone doesn't have tap. But I can just go up with my iPhone and just go boop, and it opens up that link. So you can also do that so that you can just be walking around. You don't have to hand out a card. You just got this little sticker that you put on in your wallet or something else. Like, you doesn't even have to be seen. It can be underneath something. So like in my wallet, you have that. I have one of those wristlet wallets that has a little window where you're supposed to put like your ID or whatever in. And I've just put my business card, and then behind that, I have the little NFC thing. And every once in a while, when I'm holding my phone near my wallet, my phone will go, oh, should I open up this link? I sense that there's a tag. I should be opening up this link. And I have to say, no, thank you. I don't need to see my own referral code. Um, and it doesn't always work. So that's why having the QR code too is great, because sometimes someone's phone just doesn't pick up on the signal from the NFC tag. So having the QR code, you can just say, just open up your camera and scan this, and then it'll open up the link. So you can do it both ways. And you can just print it out on your printer. You can print a QR code. You can make a QR code for free on all kinds of websites, including canva.com. There's lots of apps on Canva that are free QR codes, and it just makes it a lot easier than asking someone to type whatnot.com /invite /the red rooster, right? So, anyways, those are my suggestions. So, tell me again, anyone who hasn't shared a show, let me know. It's 10:42, so I'm not going to stay on for much longer because I need to um, do a few things around the house, have something to eat before my show at 1. I also want to make sure that I'm on Whatnot watching the wonderful Living the Dream 2025, who's going to be starting off the True North Strong raid train today at noon Eastern time. So I want to make sure I'm on that. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. If I've missed a question, let me know. I'm going to scan back up and see what I've missed, just in case, because I did get onto that topic. Living the Dream says, when I do listings, I do put dollar at a few dollars higher than auction. If I pull from listing to auction, do I start lower? Totally up to you, Living the Dream. That's a great question. A lot of people do put their listings in the buy it now at a higher price, and then they'll start at auction at, say, $5, $10, whatever it is you want. That's totally up to you. I think that it's a great strategy. Or you can run a flash sale instead, so that it's, first one to swipe, 30% off, first one to swipe. You can also do that too. It's totally up to you. Running a flash sale or running an auction both give signals to Whatnot that you're a busy show, and that you've got activity going on. You want to always be selling, always be pin talk run, pin talk run. If it's not pin talk run an auction, then it's pin talk run a flash sale. um scanning. um Comms Collection says that's a good idea. Quick handout for casual conversations when I bring up to sell and whatnot. Yes. Living the Dream says people are so scared to click random links. That is why face-to-face convo is more successful. Absolutely. Absolutely. HGC, hello. Linda, J, Retail Rebellion, hello. Welcome in. Jackson and Jennifer and Angela Ashley, hello. Allie and D Hayes and Dragoda, hello. How are you today, Dragoda? I said Groovy's in the house. Math Bro. Ooh, Math Bro. Tell me more. I love that name. Cam Ada. I like that. Anthony and Susan and Mick G. Brett. And who else did I miss? Dephonic. Hello, hello. Okay, so feel free to share your shows and ask your questions. Hello, Retail Rebellion. Linda, welcome in. So feel free to ask a question and share your shows. We're not doing a co-host today, so it's a nice, quiet, give you a chance to ask some questions. And a reminder, please bookmark tomorrow's show. I just literally scheduled it this morning, so it doesn't have a lot of bookmarks, but tomorrow morning, I'm going to be talking about how to beat the summer slump. The reality is it's a summer slump. It happens every year. And I'm going to be talking about what to do. What are the strategies that successful sellers do in order to beat the summer slump? And so that you can come up with your own ideas from that. Silver Warlock, hello, how are you? And Lightning Rod Collect, welcome in. Okay, last call to share your shows or ask your questions. And then we're going to do a raid. I'm going to start typing in the raid, but you can share your shows and ask your questions. I can talk and wait for the raid. Don't have to do the raid right away. Let's see. Who haven't we gone into in a while? Let's see. I'm trying to think. Let's go into, it's a tie. Let's go into the PJ Princess. Um, but yes, I'm gonna answer questions first. Retail Rebellion says, is initiating flash sales only available on laptop? No. So let me show you how to do it. Thank you for asking. Okay, so on Android or on iPhone, go to you're in your show, right? You're running your show. So you're running your show. Go to your little icon, and then you're going to go to your buy it now. You're going to go into your store. You're going to go to your buy it now, and then say it's this one, which I should have done anyways. Sweet Prairie, hello, how are you? So it's going to say at the bottom for me, it shows start flash sale. So let's start the flash sale. Boom. The flash sale is now running. I can then go back in and go to another buy it now item, and I can run another flash sale. In fact, I don't have to pin. I can just hit, where is it? Start flash sale. There we go. Now that's running. I don't even have to pin it. I can just hit that little triple dots and hit start run flash sale. I'm reading this backwards, so bear with me. And I can do this. I can do this as much as I want. I can do all of these. All of these can have a flash sale. That one, and oh, this one's one of the things that I often do is I will go in and see, do any of my items that are in my buy it now, do they have um do they have bookmarks beside them? Have people saved those items? If I see a number of them that are saved, I'll go to those ones and run flash sales on the ones that people have shown interest in. So that way I know that I'm probably going to get a sale out of those because people are interested in it. And when I run a flash sale, all those people, and I apologize if you've saved a lot of my stuff, you're getting like lots of little notifications right now. But I can just go in and say, all right, I'm going to run flash sales on all the stuff that has people have saved. And it's going to, Carly saying it's me. So all the things that every time I run a flash sale on something that's saved. So for example, let me scroll. So this Chuck E. Cheese vintage playing cards, right? There's 4 people who saved this. So I'm going to run a flash sale on it. 25% off. Um, and you just keep doing that. Just run flash sales on all the stuff that people have saved. Because they're going to get a notification. I recommend, I'm doing like 30 seconds just because, we're not going to be sticking around for very long. But I run flash sales on things for more than 30 seconds. So, like this one is 10 minutes, right? If I've already set it up already, then, and oh, look at that. The Shopkins has got like 3 people interested in it. And another Squishmallow has interest. So I just scroll through and see if there's anything that's of interest to people and then run a flash sale. And sometimes I've run flash sales like these flash sales will, if I raid now, those flash sales will end because the show's over. But everyone's going to get a notification that these flash sales are happening. So I highly recommend doing flash sales on your items that people have saved. The one thing is though, on a bunch of these, I've run a flash sale, a short flash sale, um, and it hasn't been pre-set up. So what's going to happen is, for example, this one that I just did, right? No, no, not this one. Which is one that doesn't? Hang on. Start flash sale. Nope, that already had one too. Let's see one that I didn't manage to do this with. Nope, not that one. Maybe this one. Nope. Anyways, one of the way, if you look in my buy it now, some of the flash sales that have ended because I didn't have the flash sales created ahead of time. Whatnot has this one. Okay, so this one right here, which is, we're gonna start that flash. So this one right here, that I'm running for 30 seconds. After this 30 seconds is over, if you go into my buy it now, it's close to the top. If you go into my buy it now, you're gonna see that once the flash sale is over, this isn't available. So you will need to go after your show. You will need to go back in and make sure that next that your flash sale, that right here, available for full price, make sure you turn that on and update, because um oh, listing time, listing event next, flash sale available for full price. Just make sure you put that available for full price. It's not going to let me right now because I was doing, let me unpin it and then I'll do it. Edit, next, flash sale and available for full price. Make sure that you do that. Update it for available for full price so that people can buy it outside of a flash sale. Otherwise, it won't let you do that outside of a flash sale. Okay. Any more questions that anybody has? Please let me know. Um, let's see. Um, PJ's Princess will be our Fashion Friday guest next week. Perfect. So we're going to be rating into her today. Dave from Alberta says, in a week or two, I have a show refining Mimix's mystery metal. It's free, but you might fall asleep. No, no one's going to fall asleep watching you refine. It's awesome. Style Me Style You says, being Canadian, can I sell to any country of choice? Yes. In fact, it's not of choice. There's no choice in the matter. It is, you can sell to the world. Whatnot doesn't have a feature where you can say, I'm only going to ship to these countries like eBay does. It is, you ship to the world. And because it's so easy, because the labels are all taken care of by Whatnot, the everything's taken care of Whatnot. There are some restrictions right now on some EU countries. There are some restrictions, so Canada Post isn't delivering to those countries. And as far as I know, Whatnot is aware of that and has updated it so those countries cannot purchase from us right now until they figure out a workaround. But otherwise, you're selling to the world. The only part of control that you have about international shipping is on your giveaways. If you do a giveaway, you can say, you can turn on international shipping, and then anyone around the world could win, but then you've got to pay for the shipping there. So I recommend for Canadian sellers that if you can't afford it, just don't turn on international shipping, and then it'll only be Canadians. And you'll notice if you go into US shows, most of them don't have international shipping turned on because it is so expensive for them, especially when the um, US sellers have plain white envelope shipping. It's first class mail, but it's like elevated first class mail, so it has some tracking, and that only costs them like 93 cents. So they don't want to ship stickers to us for like 20 bucks, right? And we can't blame them. Sweet Prairie is having an embroidery kit show on Monday. $5 start bids. Shut the front door. I love embroidery kits. Oh my God. View profile. Embroidery kits. Look at that. One of the things, Sweet Prairie, that I would recommend is that you change that picture from a hen on nest, as attractive as that is, to some embroidery kits. I know that was unsolicited advice, but I just bookmarked it because I want to go to that. But sweet. Yes. Great idea. That kind of like theme is perfect. Targeted shows that have real appeal with a smaller niche market is actually going to be more successful during the summer slump, because you're really targeting to a certain base. You have so many. You're so lucky. Every time I get one, I end up unboxing it and it sells right away. Like embroidery kits are an easy sell in the vintage decor category, I find, unless it's a really ugly embroidery kit. But even then, some people love them too. All right, let me shut up. We're gonna go into. I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Let's go into PJ Princess, who's going to be our guest next Friday on Fashion Friday with Melody. Um, and hey, Big Daddy's Bargain Bin, I see you're in the room. Hello, how are you? And also today at noon, Living the Dream 2025 is going to be starting the True North Strong Raid Train. I hope you come hang out with us. We're going to have a lot of fun all day, starting with Living the Dream and going all the way to British Columbia to Chemainus, British Columbia on beautiful Vancouver Island with Vintiquity. So I hope you come join us on that raid train. I'll be on at 1 p.m. Eastern. And I hope I see you tomorrow, Saturday, for the special show that I'm going to be doing that is all about how to survive the summer slump and to thrive after the summer slump is over. Okay, love you guys so much. Hi, Crystal. Love you guys. Let's go show some love, hearts, Canada flags, whatever you want. Everything positive. Let's go show PJ Princess some love. Love you guys so much.